All right, so there we have it, David. Those are the word association games here in Alabama. I'm doing our top 5. This is so hard. Top 5 Alabama players. I don't know about you. I just tried to whittle it down. I'll go first. So our judge, Phyllis, will be the one to come in and determine if I knew what I was talking about. Coming in at number 5 for me, and David, I went with Ozzie Newsome. We may know him for what he's done for the Baltimore Ravens, but he graduated as Alabama's all-time leading receiver, still remains the Cleveland Browns' all-time leading receiver, and he's just a really good guy on top of all of that. And number 4, Derek Thomas, Alabama's all-time sack leader, 9-time Pro Bowler, Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee. You can't go wrong with that. And then these top 3 here, coming in at number 3, Ken Stabler. Swag. Also known as the swag. Just all you think of when you think about Ken Stabler. Number 2, I think of fur jackets. Joe Namath. He won the 1964 national championship here at Alabama. Obviously, a Super Bowl with the Jets. Come on, we know all about that. And then number 1, why not this guy? Bart Starr. Bart Starr. He won Super Bowl I. So it made sense for me to put him as number 1. And our top 5 from 1952 to 55, David. So I don't know how you whittled it down. I kind of went your way with the history. You, my friend, probably did a little something different. I haven't took a peek at your list yet.
I love the picture of Bart Starr. That was the classic shot back in the day. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go, my top 5. I'm going to start with, I was going to go Kenny Stabler at 5, and then I decided, no, I'm going to go John Hanna. I had heard Mark Schlereth in my ear give some love to the O-line. This was one of the all-timers. On Bama's all-century team, NFL Hall of Famer, he was just a rock. Number 4, how about Don Hudson? Remember C.J. Spiller yesterday? He went with Banks McFadden as one of his all-time Clemson players going right back.
I remember.
So what the heck? I'm going with Don Hudson, who changed the game as a wide receiver, held NFL records for many years with the Packers. But, listen, that being said, the wide receiver has evolved. I went Julio Jones at 3, one of the best wideouts in football. He was on Nick Saban's first national championship team at Bama in 09. I got Julio there. And then, number 2, Joe Willie. His NFL career, you know what? His NFL career may be slightly overblown, but when he was healthy, he was the real deal. Bear Bryant called Namath the most natural athlete he ever coached, led the Tide to the title in '64, and then, of course, delivered the Jets their only Super Bowl a few years later. I had at number 1, maybe one of the best pass rushers of all time, the late, great Derek Thomas. College Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame, 27 sacks one season at Bama. That was before they had the official stat, but 27 sacks. Can you imagine that? So I went with Derek Thomas there at number 1. And who do you got there for the judge?
Okay, so Phyllis from Mulga is our judge, and Phyllis said she wasn't around when Don Hudson was around, but your daddy told you all about it.
Yes,
okay.
He sure did.
This is a very extensive list. It's so hard to pick all these great players, right? Whittle it down to top 5, Phyllis?
Yeah, I mean, how can you do that? But I tell you, the Bart Starr, Joe Namath, and I have got to go with Ken Stabler. He's just one of my favorite of all time. So, therefore, this list is what I picked.
I won, David. I won here, David.
And I'm not saying that because I'm sitting here with her. I'm saying that because Ken Stabler is in on this. He's got to be. We can't ever forget him.
We can't.
Ever.
David, you can't. You tell me about Ken Stabler. What does it mean to you?
He means greatness. He was one of the best quarterbacks we ever had. Running through the mud. That was a game I watched with my brothers and my daddy. And I'm telling you what, I'll never forget the game as long as I live. And he was my hero from day one.
Day one, David. So, listen, she has given us a full history lesson, and I just want to remind you, in case you forgot, I won today, okay?
Sorry, Dave.
Thank you.